Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video, and if this is your first time, you are definitely welcome. And from the title, we're gonna be talking about our first year experience in uni.
Winnipeg?
In university.
In Winnipeg?
But while we do that, we're gonna be eating popeyes. I have the chicken burger. I have my corn. Where's the chicken? We have some chicken, then drink.
There's the chicken. Biscuit.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I just graduated from uni last year, and you're in your 5th year, right?
Yeah, final year.
Final year. So we have like experience, like we are not new to this. So how was your first year?
Well, my first year was, I would say it was the easiest kind of. Yeah, because I didn't necessarily start in the University of Manitoba, like university. I started in the international college, and then I transferred to the university in my 2nd year.
I started from like University 1, so that's like the first year in University of Manitoba. And then you're allowed to take like different courses until you know what you want to do in your 2nd year. Anyway, we came here as an international student, but I'm no longer an international student, but she still am. But when we came, I remember my dad telling me that, you're going to Winnipeg. So it's always cold. It's so cold. It's the coldest thing in Canada.
When I was coming here, because we came together, like my friend had told me that, Winnipeg is really cold, like it's a really cold city in Canada. But in my mind, I'm like,
it can't be that bad.
It can't be that bad. So we came in the dead of winter, which is like January. And I just walked out of the airport with my winter coat open. It was just like, bad girl, just walked out of the airport. And once that first wind just hit me, I was like, okay, maybe I should have zipped up my jacket. It was crazy.
It was crazy. You have to find like winter jacket from Nigeria coming to this place. The only place you can find it is like when you go to all these bend down sellers or the thrift store. Let me say thrift store in Nigeria. That's the only place you can find winter jackets. So it was like
only second hand.
For your classes, like, did you find it hard to pick classes?
Well, when I came in, they gave me a list of classes because I'm in engineering, mechanical engineering. So they gave us the list of classes we were supposed to take, the major classes, and then you'd have to select your electives yourself.
So you know what, that is very easy for you because like when I started university, you have to be in University 1. I came into University 1, and then you're allowed to take different courses. Like you can pick from like engineering, from like business school, from social sciences classes. Like you can do whatever. So it's kind of confusing that you don't know which one you want to pick, but you pick like, although it like there's a good side to it because you are able to learn from different areas, and then you can decide where you want to be, and which is good, but still you get confused because like, okay, am I good at economics? Am I good at like science? Am I good at that? But still,
I think the ICM is only good for students who already know what they want to do. In U1, you could take random courses, and maybe you're in computer science at first, and at the end you decide, that's not for me, I want to change. So it's kind of easier that way. But no one wants to stay in ICM for a really long time. So
and I feel like you guys have to pass, right?
Yeah.
You have to pass.
It's still kind of the same with U1. But yeah, you do need a high GPA. I remember for mechanical, it was 4.25 for your 8 courses that you have taken.
Is that general?
I think for international students in general, it is 4.25.
Are you sure?
Yeah, even if you're in U1, from what I heard.
4.25.
Yeah, for mechanical.
I don't think so. That's too high.
But if you're a citizen, or
I didn't even graduate with that.
If you're a citizen or if you're a permanent resident, then you just need like 3.2, something like that. Yeah, you don't really need
so. Just around when you're just new to a new city, a new country, and like how will I say, even like you don't really have anybody there. Like although I have like family members, but I don't have like my immediate family members there at that time. So it's really hard for you to like know a lot of places, and you're taking the buses, and then the crazy thing about these places are like those buses have like different they have like the same numbers, but they go to like different places. You know, like going to Kiduna place now, you have to, there's like 275, and this 75 goes to a different place. So I remember that there's one time that I took a 75 that was going to a different direction, and I have to like, so when I was so confused. I was like, why am I still on this bus for over an hour? So I went to go meet the bus driver, and then the bus driver like told me to get down from the bus and like stay there and wait for the next one. Inside cold.
When I came here, I was in homestay. So
tell them what homestay is.
Like homestay is when you live with someone who's already here. So there are different like companies who do homestay. You could go through the university too, but I wasn't going through the university. I was going through a different company for international students. So there was one time like I had a quiz in the morning. So my homestay parent, she was like, oh, it's on the way to my work, so I can drop you off. And you just catch,
and it's harder because then you're not able to like get to know places on time.
Like that wasn't even the problem. Like she was like, I'll drop you off so you're in school on time. I'm like, okay, sure, that's good, drop me off. And then she's like, we're going, and then she was like, oh, I'm kind of late, so I'll just drop you off by the bus stop, which is close to my work, and you just take one bus to university.
So as workplace was close to school?
Yeah, it's on Pembina. Like going down towards Stafford. So she was like, I'll just drop you off at the bus stop, and then you could just grab a straight bus. Now at that point I didn't know that there was a bus called 162 that went take any bus that says U of M, and to take it to U of M, and I got on the 162. Now I have a quiz this morning. I'm in a rush to get to class in time so I can take my quiz, you know. And the 162 is going round a route that I've never been before, and I was so pissed. Like if I'd known, I would have just taken the bus that I knew. But I went on this bus, and then it's going around. I'm just like, God, if I miss this quiz this morning, I'm going to bite her head in my mind. Not actually bite her head. So you should make sure you research your bus routes very well. Like try to understand the bus at first. If you have a free time, or maybe on the weekend, you could just get on the bus and see where it goes.
Just go around and all that. Yeah, what about like choosing a major? It wasn't hard for you, right? For me it was not that hard, but then it was also hard because when I started uni, I was like, I'm gonna do law. But when I got here, they were like, when I got into the university, they were like, you cannot just go straight to law. In Nigeria, you can just go to law, and you know, but yeah, you have to do like a degree first, then you now have to go to law school and kind of thing. And I also don't think like international students can really do law like that. So I had to like change. Then I wanted to do international relations, and then they don't have like international relations, they have like what's it called, international business, and that wasn't like in business school. And then for you to enter business school, you have to have like a particular GPA, and I'm like,
really high.
I'm not gonna like stay and waste my time getting like a particular GPA, but that wasn't the problem. But the fact that like I don't really like business, and because like international business is like so different from international relations. But then I was like, you know what, maybe I will give it a try. But it wasn't just for me. Then that's when I now switched back to like what I did in school. But then it didn't take me like 3 or 4 years. Now how it takes people like a long time for you to like
know what you want.
So one advice I would give for somebody coming from another country to, like, let me say Canada, because that's the country, like that's where I studied, right? Like, know what, like, do your research, know what you want to do, and also you can send them an email like you want to know more about this course before you come to Canada, so you will not have to waste your time. Like, you won't have to spend like some people spend like almost 3 years in U1 because they don't really know what to do, and then you're just going up and down. Sometimes you fail a course, and like for me so I want to ask you a question, like, you know, how did you study? like in your first year, were you like relaxed?
I'm always relaxed.
Well, you know, like there's a different thing, because like you know what, you'd be like, oh, it's my first day, let me just take my time, you know what, and move. Because like when I go here, a lot of people are telling me that don't worry, your first year is the hardest, so it's okay if you fail. It's actually okay,
which is a lie.
First
year is not the hardest,
because like it's gonna affect your GPA in the long run, and also your first year in university is like the most important. Yeah. Should I say it's the most important? Let me just say it's the most important, even though like it's you still have to work hard, right? Because like your first year will determine how you're going to like, you know, continue in the faculty. Yeah. But then there's what I understand is that there's always like a second chance. You know what I mean? Like for me, my first semester was bad. I took like 3 classes and I didn't do well. And I'm sure my dad is watching because I lied to my dad about my GPA. Daddy, I'm sorry. But I didn't. It's not like I lied that I got like 3.5 and kind of thing. No, I didn't tell him that. But I just told him that this is like, I just increased my grade with like just 1 bit.
I can't do that. Because for my dad, I didn't even fail a class. Like, I had to pass every class, thinking that I would have to send him my result and show that I failed the class.
You know what? That makes sense. But for my dad, it was like, I should just let him know what I got right. And then when it was like the 4th semester, then I was plagiarized. I'm gonna do a video on that, on how I got plagiarized 2 times in uni. And then they almost told me to like leave the school. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do a video on that. So on that my 4th semester, I got plagiarized, and like that one actually brought down the GPA. The GPA I'm actually going it brought down the GPA and it was like crazy, but then I graduated with like a good GPA and a good degree, so
I actually think my first year is what's holding me up now, because
it really matters.
Even if I was relaxed in my first year, I still did my assignments early. I didn't wait to the last minute like I do now.
And also,
so I studied way more in my first year than I do now.
Yeah. No, actually, at my second year, I studied so hard that like my first semester in my second year, I got A+ straight. I was like, I'm more like A+ students. I got A+ straight, but comparing to my first year, I feel like if I had put more effort in my first year the way I did in my second year first semester, like my GPA would be really, really good as that when I graduated, and then I won't have like any issues of like failing the class. I didn't fail much classes, but I failed the class. I think it's really okay for you. I don't know if I should say it's okay if you fail a class, but it's not. Don't feel bad if you like fail a class.
Don't beat yourself
too much about it, like especially if it's like your first time in a new country. It's totally okay. So what about, how did you get along with like friends, meeting new friends?
I think that's where
relationship boys.
Well, I think that's where ICM.
Talk about friendship first.
That's where ICM comes into like play, because in ICM you're all international students. So it's really good because everyone's like
is
new.
Everyone international student? I thought like citizens can also like.
Nah, I don't know if they can apply, but why would they want to apply when they can go straight to the?
But some people just go there to take like a 1-year diploma and graduate.
I don't know. In my class, we're all international students from different places. So we're all new. We're all trying to make people. Although most times, like, you see that the Nigerians are with the Africans are with the Africans, the Indians are with the Indians, and the Chinese are with the Chinese. But it was easier to like mingle. Like my first friend, she's from Hong Kong, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, she's from Hong Kong. Like we met on orientation day and we're still friends till now. So it's easier because everyone's like new. But getting into the U of M, where you meet people who've been friends since like high school and elementary school, that's way harder. Like, although there are cliques when you're all international students, you have no problem like going out to meet other people. In the U of M, especially in engineering, the cliques stay as cliques. So they might be friendly. Yeah, they might be friendly. Like, oh, if you talk to them, they're not going to snub you or like leave you out. But you would still feel the distance. Like, okay, we're not really.
And sorry to cut you short. The thing is that like I didn't live in the residence. So if you live in the residence, you get to know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then you move with them all through. Like, you know. But I lived in an apartment with my friends, so it was so different for me to even get to know people. Like.
Yeah, it's just clicky.
So
like you might even like take this class with, I know it has happened to me a couple of times, although I'm still great friends with some people, but sometimes you take a class with a couple of people and you're like, you know, all friendly, like, oh hi, helping yourselves, you know, assignments, presentations, like things like that, report, and then the next semester come and you're like, hi, bye.
I know, right?
Because it's just like, you know, like a fake smile, like, oh, who are you again? Kind of.
So which I know, like my first semester in uni, like there's a girl I met. She was from like all this Zimbabwe country, right? So my first semester, we started sitting in the same, like we sat together almost all through the whole semester, and we didn't talk until like few weeks to the class to end. And then we started talking, right? You know, then you think that, oh yeah, you made a friend and you guys are going to like go all through. And again, when I first came, she was also new. She didn't actually like international student, right? So you were thinking that, oh, maybe you guys are best friend and that kind of thing. But by second semester, I saw her one day and she did like as if she didn't see me. I'm like, so you used me? Because then we always read together, right? We read together. She take my assignment. She takes my assignment, and which wasn't the problem because like help me, I help you, right? But at the second semester, when I saw her on campus, I'm like, yo, I know you, don't you want to be my friend anymore?
Yeah.
And she like, bye, hi. So I'm like, okay, I don't know, this is really nice second. You feel homesick?
Nah.
Depressed? You know what? That's so interesting because when I came, I thought I was gonna miss like my parents, but I didn't. And I don't know if it's because I went to boarding school. I think it's because I went to boarding school, so I'm already used to like
not being home.
And even when I'm home, I'm always like hanging out with my friends. I'm like my grandparents' house.
No, when I'm home, I'm inside watching TV, which is what I still did.
But then your parents go to work, so it's not like you are with them 24/7, and they don't. You guys just talk on phone more of the time. You know what I mean? So it's so different. Let's talk about the big one, money. Like as I was coming to the airport, getting to Canada, my dad gave me like $100 cash. I saw $1,000 cash to just like, you know, do whatever you want me to. I was like, papa, shan. And like me and my friend that we live together, like we go to the store. Instead of us to buy like good groceries, like good food, we're buying junks. Like, but then I didn't really know about the exchange of currency actually. So I was like, you know what, like it's not anything big deal. I was spending this moolah.
I was in homestay, like I said, so I didn't need to buy groceries. They provide food and she cooks and all that. So all I needed to buy was my stuff. Now, if it's not basic like toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, I didn't even need soap because she was buying soap at that point, and toothpaste. But like if it wasn't basic things like maybe pads, yeah, if it wasn't that, then I would always calculate the difference. Like,
so okay, you are really calculating.
Like if I go at like all this luxury stuff, I say, oh, let me buy this for myself or this. I'll calculate it, but like that's a lot of dollars. Like my dad, we're 3 children and my siblings are still in high school. I don't want to disturb him.
Really?
I don't really need it, so let me go back. Like throughout my first year, I never bought McDonald's, A&W, anything by myself.
Really?
Like the only time I ate A&W was when my homestay mom, she doesn't cook and she would buy that for me. Apart from that, never.
Really? Oh,
Never.
I don't know. For me, I actually spend money. I didn't like overspend, but if I needed something, I will use the money to get it. Like I wasn't like calculating the exchange rate in Nigeria too. I wasn't, but I was just like spending. Like I was like, for this month, I have like a particular amount. It's not a Molo store. I was like, I have a particular money I'm going to spend, so I'm not going. But then I was able to like, how do they say, cut your feet according to your coat?
Cut your coat according to your size, or cut your coat according to your cloth.
I was, but then I wasn't like you saying. I wasn't saving money. Okay, let me just say I wasn't saving money. I was just like, if I need something, I get it. Like
now, I spend more.
Now I
still have more because I work.
Yeah, like,
because I work, so I'm always like, okay, for the rainy day.
No, but then before you started working though, like I work too, so now I save more because my parents don't really have to give me money, right? So like, and then I'm no more in school. So did you feel disconnected when you came to Canada, like dealing with like social and economic like challenges, like cultural challenges? Like for example, like your church, you're so used to your church back home, so you going to a new church, getting to know people in that church, and like the culture in Canada is totally different from the culture in Nigeria.
I wasn't too disconnected. Like with church, I'm Catholic, so Catholic churches are the same everywhere. It's just that the songs we might sing in Nigeria would be a bit,
but it's still
towards
different.
our culture.
It's still different because like you sing like, let me say, Yoruba songs, Igbo songs.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
But yeah, you are so
the songs will be tuned towards our culture. But we still have a lot of English songs in the Catholic Church back in Nigeria too. So it's not all like Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. We still sing lots of English. Like in the Catholic hymn book back home, it's all English songs. There's no traditional songs in there.
My first tip is like you should be open-minded. Like ask questions. Don't be shy to ask questions. Like if you're in school, go meet your professors. Tell them you don't understand this. Meet people that have gone through that course before. Just ask questions because that will help you a long way. Like now I'm kind of regretting that like in my first year there's a lot of things I would have done better, right? Like sometimes when I don't understand something, instead of me to go meet my professor, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go with my textbook, and then you still never understand it. You still have to go meet your professor and like just ask questions around. That way like it goes a long way.
Yeah. For me, I would say don't let anybody put you down.
In your first year?
Yeah. In fact, not just your first year, like every year. Because like sometimes it might look like some people might want to put you down. Like even, was this in my third year or fourth year? Like this happened to my friend Livlin and I were in a team. But it felt like the other teammates were just like, would bring up an idea and they would want to like still go over their own idea. So don't let people do that to you. Speak up. And don't be afraid to like become best buds with your professor.
Trust me.
That's one thing that I don't do.
It goes a long way. They will always help you.
Yeah, I always feel like becoming too close, like, I don't like asking for favors really. But don't be ashamed to do that. Because even if you want to go for your masters, like you need to know someone, like a professor or something, to help you out, who can also refer you. So don't be afraid to become best buds with your professor.
And another thing I'm gonna say, this is coming from somebody that was in art class. I was in like social science. Be ready to write. Like in Canada, in University of Manitoba in particular, you should be ready to write. I think it's also like in engineering because there's some courses, you take some elective courses, right? Like for example, if you're coming from Nigeria, in Nigeria you don't really write much, but yeah, you're gonna write, and you're going to write from like your brain. They're not getting an idea from anyone or into your own idea. So be ready to like write, you know what I mean?
And if it's engineering, be ready for presentations.
Even in social sciences classes, be ready for presentation because you always have to voice out like what you said and you have to be confident. Do you have anything else? And the last thing I want to say is like, make sure you have friends. Make friends. Don't be a loner. And again, while you're choosing your friends, choose wisely, because like your first year friends can affect you like in the long run.
Yeah.
Like in the long run, they can affect you, because if your first year friends are not reading, you have like high chance of not reading. Like if you don't have people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, you can't go far. Trust me.
Good friends take you good places like good shoes.
Okay.
That's my own, tiny bit, just sprinkle of knowledge.
Okay. So we are unable to finish this food safe, but we'll finish it soon. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing like a part 2 of this first step, because I feel like there's a lot of things that we have to like say.
Address.
We have a lot of experience, you know what I mean. So yeah, we're gonna do a part 2, but not now. Let's get this video like a good amount of views, then I'll think about like doing a part 2. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and do all that. Please subscribe and also thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I reached 100 subscribers.
Yay! Thank you guys so much.
Please
for
subscribe and
channel.
make sure this video gets a lot of views by sharing, commenting, doing all that. Please do not forget to subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and yeah, I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.